A Kansas woman testified in federal court this Tuesday that she believes that she was fired from the Kansas Secretary of State, Chris Kobach. You guys should know this name by now. Because, get this, she did not go to church. Yeah, that's kind of fucked up.
Okay.
Courtney Canfield sued the Secretary of the State office and the Assistant Secretary, Eric Rucker, the man who hired her. Kobach is not named in the lawsuit here. So on Tuesday, Canfield, who worked less than a year as an administrative assistant in the office in 2013, testified that she did not participate in the office's after-hours Bible study group.
Wow, that's really gross. That should not be permissible
A state office
at all.
having an after-hours Bible study group. If you guys wanted to go to the bar afterward and have these kind of meetings and stuff like that, but it should not be within that state building. It should not be within that office at all.
No, I'm sorry, but
and it still shouldn't be
an office sponsored a group. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's.
I mean, I know a lot of office places that are like, let's get together and do a thing. That's fine, but those things are often innocuous. Yeah, maybe we go grab a drink. Or go bowling.
Sacrifice a goat.
I once went and did a laser tag with some after-hours work people, and that was delightful. But those are things they're very innocuous and not.
Praise Jesus.
They're not they're not divisive. They're not divisive in essence. Now, like, and the greatest part about it was if somebody didn't show up to laser tag, it wasn't like.
You lose your job potentially. You know?
No. There's no tie to it that could be like, well, they're clearly a shitty person. Like you'd just be like, okay, they didn't come to laser tag. That's fine. Like.
So Canfield said that I didn't think it was appropriate for the workplace, and it definitely is not.
It is not.
So instead of being notified of her firing by her supervisor, this is kind of fucked up too. I hate it when jobs do shit like this. The lady received the news from her grandmother.
What?
Who is a Kansas Republican Party employee and a longtime acquaintance of Rucker, the Eric Rucker guy, the assistant secretary, her boss.
Wow.
Just an acquaintance of that person.
No.
So Rucker met with the older lady and told her to fire her granddaughter because she missed work, acted mean to coworkers, and did not go to church. Okay, you could get fired for those first two. You could get fired for
can't get fired for
being late all the time, for being mean to your coworkers. But you don't list that third one of not going to church because then she's got a hell of a fucking lawsuit.
Right. Well, and that can actually color the things before it.
Yeah.
Right? Because now we can investigate, is she late? Or is that just a company-wide? Or is that just everyone kind of just shows up whenever? Is that a culture within the place?
Oh, I had to call out a coworker one time for doing the whole, I walk in and they look at the clock and then they look back at their computer and write something down. I'm like, oh no, fuck you. You don't get to do that to me. Like, I'm late? Bitch, just wait. I'm going to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Sorry. Anyway, Felicia, you're making a point there about how it can be
No, my point was that if they cite the don't go to church thing, that calls into question anything before it. Because now you've clearly created a bias against this person, and now we can investigate everything you're claiming against them.
And here's the way that he made his point when he was talking to Margie. I'm just going to use her name. He put his fist on the table like he was very emphatic about it, like pounding his fist on the desk, saying, and she doesn't go to church, Margie. She doesn't go to church. Yeah, you're about to lose a lot of money.
Yeah. Look, you can fire somebody because they're constantly late to work, but have you talked to them about it yet?
Well, here's the thing.
Well, that's just one thing. That's the first step.
That's just like one thing. That's, do they know that they're late?
And this is a state employee too. So it's not a
salary. Salary.
It's a bit
usually
different.
Yeah, they're usually salary hourly. You still have to be there at a certain time,
but flex time usually available for stuff.
It's usually
But anyway, so the thing is that Margie, the older lady, said she felt uncomfortable with the request because she didn't possess the authority to fire Courtney.
Right. Clearly.
Or any other employee of the Secretary of State's office. So if my grandma came to me, or whatever Margie's relation is to Courtney, and said, hey, your boss wants me to fire you, be like, that bitch can come tell me himself. You know?
Oh, yeah. I'd be like, really? Oh, really?
Nope.
There was a time
I'm marching my ass into work the next day.
I had a call center job where I wanted to quit, but I wanted to be fired, but quit at the same time. And so I came in and did nothing. Just stared at my computer all day, not answering phone calls and anything. And because my boss was out of town, and they'd come up to me like, so, are you planning on working today? And I'm like, no. Well, okay, so why are you coming in? I'm like, well, because I had to clock in, and I actually need to physically be here for me to collect my paycheck. And so they're like, well, we'd really like it if you just go home now. I'm like, do you have the ability to fire me? No. Okay, then please go away. My boss will be back next week. I will talk to her then. And she came back the next week. Hi, I quit. And so I was gone. I had job with soul fucking sucking, dude. That was a terrible job.
They are. Yes, they are.
Yeah, call centers are the worst.
And this one was for AOL, so that's even worse. Ugh, man, that fucking
And I do a
service.
job where I'm on the phone all the goddamn time, and it's not soul sucking. So I know that there is a way for that to not be terrible.
When you have to do tech support for dumb people using PCs.
I did eBay. I know. eBay.
Throat. Just get it over with.
eBay call center.
Yeah.
It was just horrible. I got in trouble for taking 2 7-minute pee breaks throughout the day.
Jesus.
Like, seriously, I got called out. They're like, this one was clocked at 3 minutes, and this one was clocked at 4 minutes. And I'm like,
I have to walk to.
What the fuck did you just say to me? And they're like, well, we allocate this much time as regular for bathroom breaks. I'm like, 7 minutes a day. 7 minutes. I've gone to the bathroom.
You're getting after me for 7 minutes.
That is how
that's call centers, people. That's call centers.
That's call centers. 7 minutes I took in a bathroom. They were like, that's not acceptable.
When you take 2 times as long as they expect you to be on the phone with somebody to make sure you've actually solved that person's problem, instead of, doing one thing, get them off the phone, one thing, get them off the phone, they call you in for performance issues. I'm like, they didn't have to call back. They were fixed. It was done. It was over with. But they don't want to let the chain off. They don't want to let the leash off.
They don't care. They don't care about that.
It's metrics and time and tickets and God damn it. So anyway, Margie Courtney.
Oh, fucking Margie. God damn it. Okay.
See, Rucker said that he hired Courtney as a favor to the lady, and then when he did so, it was with the understanding that Margie would tell Courtney if it didn't work out. With the understanding, unless that was in writing, and even then, you can't ask somebody else to do the firing, bastard.
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
And so Terrell Mock, who's the attorney for the Secretary of State's office, says that this case is about Courtney's inability to keep a job. This case is not about religion, she said.
You kind of made it. You kind of made it.
Made it specifically about religion, though.
Yeah.
And the attorney said that the Bible study meetings were considered voluntary. Considered voluntary.
Yeah.
Were they really?
And so Kobach's office regularly held those, but the meetings stopped they stopped those in 2016. So they did this for 3 more years after this lady got fired. She had an absentee
After a lawyer
problem.
finally went to them and went, you can't do that, you guys.
Like, even if it is volunteer, as you guys say it is, it's giving the impression that if they say no to it, that they're going to be made a second class or socially outcast pariah kind of thing.
Exactly.
Just like the football coach. We'll talk about that later, though. Anyway, that's all I had for that. She's in court right now. Hopefully she gets a gigantic fucking paycheck. I mean,
It sure sounds like they've got a hell of a case.
Yeah, I mean, but the only problem is that it's coming from two people within the same side of the family, so they could be like, oh, well, this person has a vested interest in this and blah, 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 blah. But the point being, if the guy didn't actually tell the other lady to do the firing, or he might have had a better case, but he told the lady's like grandmother to go fire her. It's like, that's fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Yeah, that's
for all
crazy.
the additional shit that like people
what kind of like sad little human being can't face their own employee?
That's why I don't have employees on this show.
I fired an intern. Like I fired an intern. Okay, and I did it myself. And I wasn't even the boss of the department.